Welcome to the History Channel. Today we're talking about how Catherine tried to save an emperor she thought was drunk on 1,000 cups. However, countries change easily, but personalities are tough. Catherine once believed she could change the emperor, but it's like trying to teach a cat to swim. Peter assembled the country's top talents, asserting that he aimed to vigorously develop the cause of science. In reality, he entertained by hanging kids to sap them. Is science an amusement park? This disregard for life utterly baffled Catherine, like watching someone swing high in the sky while chugging a soda. But what really troubled her was that the whole country was plagued by smallpox. Even the Queen's bodyguard was down and out. The royal family decided to gather all the sick and burn them to cut off the infection, but a bit of reading would show them that smallpox vaccination could save lives. Catherine cut her hand, making everyone think she was crazy. The emperor assigned 24-hour medical watch. But after a night, she was still eating and drinking while the sick were out of luck. After that, Catherine ignored Peter even when he sent the biggest diamond. She just said, "Wow, nice." Through her clever maneuvers, Russia and Sweden signed a peace treaty. The generals were awed by her intelligence, eventually agreeing to join Catherine's camp. Who wouldn't want to serve a smart queen? Catherine currently had 4 trusty assistants and needed to recruit more ambitious folks, with methods ranging from cash to leg charms. Because these folks had grievances about the emperor's tyranny, recruiting them was easier, of course, with some spiraling out of control. For those who wouldn't comply, the only option was to make them disappear. After all, 2 aides had already vanished, and Peter was starting to feel uneasy. Auntie warned Peter to be careful of potential coups, so to catch the mastermind, he decided to round up everyone in the palace, leaving no stone unturned. Faced with torture, could these people keep secrets? Have you ever seen this sort of torture? Punishment involved tying up a person and making them spin, while folks above dropped bricks down. If mental strength fails, you're in trouble. So, Catherine volunteered to prove she wasn't a traitor. With such loyal queens, who would dare question her loyalty? To calm her down, Peter decided to put on a little show for her. Gregor beside her was fuming. After all, who wants to see their wife being treated like a circus monkey? To drag Gregor down, Catherine deliberately asked if he was interested in taking care of Peter, trying to stir the pot. Yet Peter trusted Gregor wholeheartedly, otherwise they wouldn't have been sharing their wives like good buddies. Peter promised to limit it to twice a year. That should work, right? Meanwhile, the big guy was secretly plotting to sneak into the emperor's bedroom to give him a surprise. At a critical moment, George bravely jumped in, and the trio executed the perfect choreography. The big guy's throat was cut, the assassin eliminated, and Peter breathed a sigh of relief. Little did he know, the real threat came from his most trusted queen. So, Peter threw a celebration feast at the palace to celebrate this success. But those who used Sopranos now can't be happy anymore. Peter's trust was hanging by a thread. Catherine seized the opportunity to apologize. What a smooth queen she was. In her speech, she didn't mention Peter, making him feel a chill down his spine. However, once Peter's doubts were kindled, she found herself caught in a whirlpool of emotion. She realized she might really have fallen for the queen, feelings hidden deep within rolling to the surface. Just as Catherine was scheming to oust Peter, she surprisingly noticed the wheat was blooming. It should have been a joyous occasion, but Catherine was anything but happy. She wanted to be the emperor instead. On this day, it was Catherine's birthday, and Peter was planning how to make her happy. Meanwhile, Catherine was plotting her coup. With an hour before lunch, she was with her lover, putting on a grand show. Of course, flirting was a ruse. The real goal was to tidy up. Blame this guy for being so oblivious. He actually fell for the queen. Meanwhile, Auntie was insisting Catherine drink plain water to check if she was pregnant. Once she learned Auntie was aware of their plans, her maid suggested she either make a run for it or eliminate Auntie. Catherine thought, who cares? I've already got control of the army, where can Peter run off to? However, Auntie neither snitched nor helped Catherine. Instead, she requested a month off with Peter. Eventually, the exciting moment arrived. Catherine was dressed glamorously for the birthday party Peter prepared for her. Just as she was about to stab Peter, he unveiled a surprise, a golden-haired French writer, Voltaire. Icons represent light and inspiration. How could she kill in front of an icon? With mixed feelings, Catherine felt a pang of emotion, while Peter's gift moved her slightly. Compared to a whole country, it was nothing. So she slowly leaned towards Peter with the dagger in hand, but he seemed prepared, bouncing back to say he had a letter for Catherine. The letter was from her lover Leo, saying he left the palace and went back home, which sent Catherine's anger through the roof.